The 2023-2024 NBA City Edition jerseys have just been unveiled, released, and launched. I'm the Jersey Jaguar, and today I'm going to be ranking these jerseys. And I'm going to be ranking them individually, and I'll also have them put in the groups to make it a little bit more enjoyable. Also, guys, keep in mind, I'll be ranking these and basing them specific off City Edition jerseys for this season, not basketball jerseys as a whole, so you can kind of think of it as like a bell curve. With that said, let's get to it. All right, so before we get started, now guys, this might seem kind of obvious, but these are my opinions on the jerseys. If you have a different opinion, it's cool. We all have different opinions the way things look. If so, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to see what you're thinking. So being that these are City Edition jerseys, having a jersey look bad or look good isn't enough for it to get a good or a bad score, in my opinion. It also has to do with how much they pulled from the city or the region that that team is in. Again, it is a City Edition jersey, so that is going to have some pull, not just the way how it looks. All right, so the first group is going to be these jerseys are bad group. Out of 10, these are all going to be a 5 or lower. Let's get to it. At number 30, the worst out of the whole bunch, in my opinion, and I'm about to tell you why, is going to be the Los Angeles Clippers. First, the jersey aesthetically looks boring. The reason behind it isn't that cool. There's so much you could do in Los Angeles, and especially with the Clippers' history. The biggest catch for me is that front word mark is not only boring and bland, but it looks like it came off a Wizards jersey. The Wizards jersey look cool, but on this one it doesn't. And especially if you're another team, why would you want your specialty jersey to look like somebody else? Worst out of the bunch. All right, and next up are going to be Miami Heat. If I could have them tied at last, I would, but we're going to have them at number 29. Complete, boring jersey, non-eventful, which is strange for Miami because throughout basketball history, for me, they're one of the best basketball jersey history teams. In this case, they didn't. This is by far their worst jersey. Next up are going to be the Memphis Grizzlies, another really bad one. Guys, this one is extremely plain and bland. Worst comes to worst, just take last year's jersey and make it a different color. Maybe make it powder blue. That would have looked actually really cool because last year's, in my opinion, was probably the best for the City Editions. This year, definitely is not the best. It is bad. All right, the Atlanta Hawks are another team that I'm really disappointed in with the City Edition. This jersey is boring. It looks like an early 2000s jersey. It does not have any style to it. For me, they could have done so much better than this. I wish they would have. Now, one team I was hoping was going to have a nice jersey because I'm a huge Jokic fan. He's my favorite current basketball player is the Denver Nuggets. I like how they did incorporate something from their city with the mountains and the 5280. Now, guys, 5,280 is how many feet are in a mile, and they're obviously known as the Mile High City. So kind of cool, but the overall design just looks bad. They should have done something different. All right, and next up we're going to be my hometown Chicago Bulls, one that I am astonishingly shocked and why they made one so bad for Chicago. A whole bunch of different possibilities you could have done for the city of Chicago. Now, I know they were going with the Madhouse and Madison theme, with the vertical Chicago as well as Madhouse on Madison on the jock tag. Now, guys, with that concept in mind, why didn't you do something crazy? It doesn't make sense. But then again, for the Bulls, nothing makes sense, so I'm not surprised. All right, so the next category is going to be it needs work to look good, and we're going to be somewhere between the 5.25 and 6.5 range. These jerseys need some work in order for it to even look semi-good. So at the bottom, I'm going to have Portland. Now, I think Portland's is so. I think it would have worked as a statement jersey, but as a City Edition jersey, it doesn't. I know that they're going for their previous coach who used to always wear plaid jackets. Why didn't you really capitalize off that for the City Edition jersey? It's a cool concept. It could have really looked cool, but it doesn't. It needs work. One that needs a lot of work, and I'm actually shocked that it doesn't look better based off the theory they were going for, is the Pelicans. Guys, it's going to have black, neon green, and purple, which are all cool colors, honestly, and it's going to be a voodoo-themed jersey. With that in mind, this jersey should have been vibrant, loud, and crazy looking, especially with it coming out a couple days after Halloween. They really dropped the ball with this one, but with a lot of work and more actual attention to detail and care and creativity, this one could be an actually awesome jersey. All right, the San Antonio Spurs, now I can appreciate that they're going with a Texas theme to it. However, the colors aren't necessarily that bad. It's just the overall design of the jersey is extremely bland, especially if you're going to go with a white base. You should have done more with the trim, with the fonts, and the overall design. As is, it's just a plain looking jersey. It needs work. All right, so we're starting to get a little bit closer to ones that are starting to look semi-decent, and that's going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, I know that they wanted pieces of their history within the jersey, and it's cool to see a sublimated jersey in this series. However, that orange and yellow trim and single color fonts just look bad. They need a third color in there to really pull everything together. Maybe the blue that they have on their icon jerseys, but as is, it definitely needs work. All right, so we're getting a little bit better, and we're going to have the Washington Wizards. Now, I really do like this concept, being that there is a lot of monuments and statues within Washington, D.C. It is cool to see them do a City Edition jersey. Now, the colors are there, the concept's there, however, overall execution isn't. I would have liked to see more of that teal and rust oxidation, but all over the whole jersey. Maybe make some dark numbers. This would have been a spot-on jersey, but however, as is, it needs work. All right, the Dallas Mavericks. Now, as a statement edition jersey, again, this would have been decent. Now, I know on the side trim, they got some things going with it, but make it more noticeable. This jersey needs to be a little bit more vibrant, especially for Dallas. Last year's and 2 years ago, their jerseys were awesome for the City Edition. However, this one needs work. The Houston Rockets. All right, overall, if I just look at this jersey and don't know the context of it, I'm going to say it's a clean-looking jersey. It is, however, the concept's really boring for Houston. They already kind of did something like this before. Do something else. Use the same colors, just do something else. You know, guys, as is, it is clean, but for City Edition jersey, it does need tweaking and a little bit more life to it. With that said, it needs work. All right, the Lakers. Now, the Lakers are pulling from their 1960s secondary logo. And honestly, the logo's cool. I like the overall concept. And the design isn't too terrible. However, I think a lighter color on this jersey would have done that logo justice. As is, it needs some kind of color swap, maybe a little bit differentiation within the trim. It needs work. All right, now I might get some heat on this one for having it where I do. Most people are probably going to have it lower, but it's the Orlando Magic. Honestly, the jersey itself does look really cool. They're pulling from their history and some other aspects. You know, guys, the color, though, that they have on there really draws it down. It really makes it bland and washes it out. If they had a brighter color like the royal that they use, I think this would look cool. Or if they maybe would have went orange again like they did in the previous years on the same jersey, they might have worked, but as is, it needs work. Now, on top of this group is going to be the Golden State Warriors. Now, they are pulling aspects on this jersey from San Francisco. I could get into the details in another video. So it's a great concept, and they are pulling from the city, so that is why I have it higher in the group. Overall, though, it isn't too terribly bad. Honestly, it just needs some tweaking. Personally, I think if they would have had the same jersey, just with blue or yellow as the main color, I think this jersey actually would have been pretty good. All right, and the next group is going to be, they're not bad. And honestly, these jerseys aren't too bad, especially if you consider what they're compared to for the rest of the City Edition for the season. Now, these jerseys are going to be within the 6.75 to 7.5 range. All right, and at the bottom at number 14, we are going to have the Pacers. Now, I do like that they're using a city mindset and pulling from one of the field houses within the city, so that's cool to see. Overall execution isn't bad. It is funky. It is definitely unique to itself, so it is kind of cool, and I do like the font and the spray paint effect on the side. Not bad. Could use a little bit tweaking, but overall decent. All right, next up we got the Charlotte Hornets. Again, going with the money theme, they're going to have that mint green and gold. So again, it's really unique to them, and it does technically pull from the area, so it is a City Edition, truly inspired jersey. On the front, though, instead of Buzz City, I think it would have been cool if it said B-U-Z, Z-Z-Z-Z-Z, like a few different Buzz. That might have been something cool to see. Now, utilizing a very unique color are going to be the Cavaliers. Now, Cleveland is known for utilizing that maroon in their jersey, so it's cool to see that again. And they are going to have a really unique font, and actually that font is really freaking nice. Then we're going to have a specialty trim. Now, the trim is coming from one of the theaters within Cleveland. So overall, I think they did a decent job with this jersey. And next up are going to be the Pistons with the bad boy themed jersey. Guys, I really like this concept. Having the crossbones on the side is really cool. I would have liked it to be a little bit more noticeable and a little bit more prominent. When you think bad boys, you're thinking about something wild. This jersey is cool. If they would have went a little bit deeper into it and made it a little bit more wild and standing out, this probably would have been one of the best ones in the group. All right, and next up are going to be the Toronto Raptors with a very unique color, and it is going to be a gold jersey. I have a feeling on court that these are going to be really nice. Of course, they're going with the October's very own black and gold. However, again, it's going to be primarily gold instead of black. I'm really looking forward to seeing these on court. Having one that is a little bit closer to a mixtape jersey than a City Edition jersey are going to be the Knicks. Now, the Knicks are pulling from their late 90s and early 2000s jerseys, if you guys remember. However, these ones got pinstripes, which is kind of cool because the Mets and the Yankees are also from New York. And then they have the NYC at the top of the jersey, as well as a stylized watermark on the front. Overall, this jersey does look cool, and it's cool to see them go to the past. And at the top of the group at number 8, I'm going to be taking heat for this one. I know it because I know most of you guys have them a lot lower, but it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Listen, they have a unique color scheme, and they have a jersey that directly correlates to the city. That arc in the front is based from one of the bridges. Then we got the blue from the lake and from the river that the bridge is over. And guys, this jersey honestly is cool in my opinion because it does have sublimation on there, and it has a unique pattern on it. In addition, it does have that lime green. I think if they would put the lime green either on the number font or on Milwaukee on the front instead of blue, it would have done the jersey justice. But as is, I like the concept and I like that it is really unique and stands out. All right, we're moving on up, and the next category is going to be the great execution group. In my opinion, these look good and they are city specific. They're going to range between a 7.75 and an 8.75. All right, next up with the cool concept is going to be the Boston Celtics. Now, the Celtics are going to have a sail color jersey. It is going to look a little bit vintage looking. There, we are going to have the green and gold details. Then on the sides, we're going to have a wood pattern, being that Naismith created basketball and they play on the hardwood. So it's kind of cool, guys. The jersey pulls from its history as well as it looks decent. So they are at number 7 in my opinion. One that they did an excellent job with, they put a lot of thought into it and it's really creative. It's going to be the Philadelphia 76ers, and it's based off the Reading Terminal Market down in Philly. So the font is going to have a neon sign effect to it. Then we are going to have different aspects on the jersey that pulls directly from that theme. The jersey overall looks cool, and again, I really like that font. Overall execution is good, and I feel comfortable where they're at this high on the list. So the final one I know I am going to take a lot of heat on, and a lot of heat on this one I'm going to take for sure is going to be the Brooklyn Nets. Again, guys, most of you are going to have them towards the bottom of the list somewhere. Me personally, though, I like how they went all out with this jersey, guys. If this was a icon or a statement edition jersey, I'd say maybe not so much. This one really grew on me for City Edition jersey. I think they needed to do what they had to do, and that is make something creative. Now, Cause is from New York, so they have a local artist design the jersey. It looks like a piece of art. How it's going to look on the court when the whole team's wearing it, I don't know. We're going to have to find out. But as is, as a collector piece, I think it's kind of cool. And finishing things off for this group are going to be a really well-deserved number 4, and that is the Sacramento Kings. Now, again, this is going to be more of a mixtape jersey than a true city jersey. They're going to go through their team's history as it is a big anniversary for their organization as a whole. They got the old color scheme. However, they do have some new aspects mixed into it, specifically with the gray color. Honestly, overall execution is fantastic. The jersey looks cool. It's a true mixtape more than a city edition, but overall, I think 4 is a solid spot for them. We got 3 left. It's the final group, and these are the best out of the bunch for this year's City Edition jerseys. These are all going to be a 9 or higher, in my opinion, especially when you consider the rest of the jerseys. Number 3, we're going to have the Utah Jazz, one of my favorite color, and that is purple. This jersey looks awesome. They took from their past. However, it is still modernized, and they do have mountains in there, which again, it pulls from the city, just like the originals did. This jersey is freaking awesome. It's clean. It's fresh. It has some history to it. They did an excellent job with it. It is a well-deserved number 3. And at number 2, we're going to have a well-earned number 2 spot that is going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, Minnesota is known as the land of 10,000 lakes, so they created a jersey based off lake life. Now, guys, just like when we look at water, we're going to have that water effect on the top of the jersey. Then as you get deeper and deeper into the water, it fades away. It's really cool how they did that. You got the white trim, the white word mark, and then the clean font. Excellent job with this jersey, guys. This is easily a number 2 in my opinion. All right, so we're finally there. It leaves us with the Phoenix Suns. Again, guys, it's purple. It looks to be a little bit darker shade of purple, but the side trim is insane. We're going to have some fading on there. We're going to have orange on there, which is a contrast color to purple to make it pop even more. Then we are going to have that aqua teal color. We're going to have a lowrider design, El Valle on the front. A cool font with a gradation color in the font. Guys, this jersey is freaking awesome. It has a true Southwest feel to it. I love this jersey. I love the colors to it. I like how they executed it, and I like how it does have, again, a feeling from the area that it's in. Well done with that one. Easy number 1 in my opinion. All right, and there you go. There is all 30 jerseys, guys. Let me know which ones you liked and which ones you didn't like. Is there any you're going to be getting? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know in the comments who's your favorite basketball team. Guys, if there's another video you'd like to see me do in the future, don't hesitate to ask. I'll do my best to get it done. With that said, I'll see you at the next one.